shorty what your name is. Do you have a man who you came with?
Ooh.
Because it's just like,
You know what? Like, this was a good week for beef because we also have Will Smith and Janet Hubert.
yeah, I didn't get to watch that thing yet. Did y'all watch it?
Yeah.
I sure did. One of my friends sent me a bootleg YouTube link.
Okay, can you send it to me?
I cannot because it's gone.
They got it. They snatched it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
find a way in there.
He actually sent it to me during the battle, and I was like, I know I'll be able to catch the battle on repeat. I know I need to go watch this immediately because I'd be surprised if they have it up in an hour.
I
It
think
was
about,
really good.
I feel like it's like I would love to talk about these several things. I would love to talk about the Will Smith one. I would love to talk about this one. I would also love to talk about the Brandy and Monica versus, which to me was just like the most uncomfortable situation of beef and meat I've ever seen for me. Even though they were talking, they were like at the end, like, "Oh, we did good." I'm like, is there anyone else who is perceptive about emotions? Did anyone else notice how problematic this whole situation was? Like, it was uncomfortable. And then thinking about like one question I have that is I think is interesting, and well, I think it's interesting because it's my question, but it's just like, what were like famous last words in terms of like relationships that we've had with people and the last thing that you said to them? Because it's like for people who it's like you don't talk to no more. Do you remember the last conversation, or do you remember the last words that y'all said to each other? And because I think
That's what we're talking about today?
No. I'm just saying as a part of the beef conversation.
Oh, okay. To
just like, what are some of those? Because I know for me, it's not too many people in my life that I've like had to like completely break ties with, but we can't hear you, John.
Y'all can hear me? Can you hear me?
I guess you were just
yeah, I was thinking about something. Go ahead.
But for the few people that I have completely had to cut off, I remember the last conversation, or I remember the last words. Like, I remember the last words for this one guy, it was okay. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I remember that. And so I just wonder, like, if we can remember, like, if I would love to poll people to ask, like, do you remember like famous last words of like relationships that are no longer there with you know? So I would love to have a beef conversation, and I would love for that one to be live. So that's just a sidebar.
Oh, I like that. That's gonna be good. Yeah, famous last words, beef. Yeah, that'll be good. I like that. Yeah, we should do that. Okay, cool. So yeah, that was just something that was in my head, and I had a couple of other ideas for some episodes too.
Okay.
So we.
You about to intro us, and then we're gonna get started.
Yeah, all right. Let's do this. Y'all ready?
Yeah, man.
Here we go, y'all. Street Academy Podcast. We back at y'all one more again in the building. Thank y'all for joining us. Yo, thank y'all for
Academy.
Street Academy Podcast. Yeah. Okay. Let's do it again. One time. Welcome back, y'all. Street Academy Podcast, where we keep one foot in the academy and one foot in the streezy. Thank y'all for liking, sharing, subscribing to our podcast. We're having a lot of fun doing this. And so thank y'all so much. We've been getting great feedback, great questions that people want us to do shows about. We're getting our little views up little by little. You got to keep grinding. You just got to keep putting out content, keep grinding. Every comment, every like, every subscription, everything. It's a journey, but we having fun, and it's kind of therapeutic, man. And we coming to the end of this year that we've been doing Street Academy for. Well, we've technically only been doing it for like since May, but we're coming to the end of like 2020. And
hallelujah.
I know, right? Happy about that. So yeah, and so we got some really good ideas coming up for ending 2020, going into 2021 for Street Academy Podcast, and some other topics we want to discuss and talk about, and some different ways in which we want to shoot so we can switch things up. So we super excited. How y'all doing, man? What's going on there, man?
You know what's crazy is like I feel like we've been talking about 2020 needs to end for so long, but now it's like flying by. We at we at the colonizers holiday / Indigenous Peoples Day. Some of us already have our Christmas decorations up.
Balls out.
I've been watching my holiday movies. I started with Best Man Holiday, so I gotta kick off starting with that one.
I've been
I
listening.
heard about Jingle Jangle. I try to listen to Christmas music, but I keep getting overruled by a Grinch.
You must do it anyway. Start it in the morning.
You gotta. Didn't they defeat the Grinch with love? You got to defeat.
They sure did.
Mm-hmm.
They sure did. So
give him a little bit of eggnog in the morning, or get a cinnamon scented candle.
Oh, that's
but all at the same time, like, doesn't this feel like you want to deck the halls with holly?
Boughs of holly? Yes.
I like that. Cinnamon candles.
I feel like I'm ready for this holiday season because I'm ready to just have unnecessary jolliness, and that's what happens. It's just like, can we just all have a pause and just remember that this is a fake holiday and none of it really is significant, and we know Christ wasn't born on this day, and Santa Claus isn't real, but like let's go with it. Let's go with this fairy tale. And let's be excited. Let's wear red and green. Let's kiss under the mistletoe. Let's wear sparkly things because we need it this year. We need some sparkles. We need some glitter. We need some, I will say, everyone, don't eat too much sugar because sugar is what will suppress the immune system. And then that'll just kind of, that's kind of related to the whole COVID thing and flu season and all that. So, minimize the sugar, but enjoy other things.
Right.
Let's have a good time. I'm like, let this holiday season be fun. Like, let's go for it. I mean, I know we won't be able to have, as many parties or whatever, but there's other ways to party. And so let's reflect on the good things. So
Facts. Yeah, I like what you said. If we haven't needed the holiday season and the Christmas season, at any moment, it's now. We definitely need it. If there's been any year that we needed the most, this year is it. So that's so true. So yeah, as you probably can tell by the title, which will probably be the title of this episode, we are tired of talking about white men, white boys,
and white women,
and white women. Yes, we're tired of talking about white men and white women. The reason why that is the title of this episode is because for the past, how long?
Year and a half? Really?
Yes. The topic of conversation, the topic of all the major conversations in this country has been around Trump, Biden, and everything that surrounds Trump, Biden, and the white supremacist system that they represent, which includes white women. And so now and it's around the election, and we have a lot to say about that as well. And I think I was talking to Amber about it, and we was just like, you know what, we'll have a debrief at some point, but we just don't want to talk about that right now. We can do the Street Academy breakdown and do what we do, but I don't feel like talking about them. So whatever. But we'll do that later. We just want to take a break from talking about white people, white women, white men, white women, and just white people like that.
You've already said that word too many times in this episode already.
Right. Okay. So yeah,
we gonna bleep it out. We gonna bleep it out when we do that.
I would love if you bleeped it out, John.
Raps on the radio. Yeah. So let's move from the Caucasus Mountains and let's come back to the motherland. So what we're going to do today is we are going to talk about topics that we can discuss at the Thanksgiving / I like to call it the Thanks-taking. Shout out to our Native brothers and sisters. We already know that this holiday is really not for us as people of color, but Many of us do take this time to be around family and friends and all that good stuff. So for those of you who will be around family and friends, you know, or, you know, you just, you know, you'll be hollering at people and just having great conversations this holiday, we are going to just talk about topics and questions that you can engage in outside of the people at the Caucasus Mountains. So
Yes.
On the Caucasus Mountains. So yeah, that's what we do.
Yay. And I have the questions.
Yes.
Let's do it.
And we're going to attempt to answer them ourselves so you can see how it can be. So this season, let's talk about other things. And these are questions and topics that hopefully will delight you and bring a smile to your face, as well as to the faces of those who you're engaging with. So first question, speaking of holidays, if you could create a national holiday, what would it be? A holiday that everybody gets a day off to celebrate. What would your national holiday be?
Juneteenth.
Okay.
Do I have to say more about that?
You can say why. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like this year has been, like, obviously the most recognized that it has been due to, like, the context of, you know, Black Lives Matter and corporations trying to be like, well, we love Black people. So I think, you know, like that sort of social drive moved a lot of companies to declare Juneteenth like a company holiday. But I feel like the barbecues, the music, it's summertime, like a day where we could just get off, celebrate being Black, be with other Black people, not have to explain to Caucasus Mountains individuals why we need to, like, celebrate with other Black people and just have a good time. I love it. You know, like, I feel like 4th of July would be a great holiday if not for what it recognized and celebrated. So yeah, let's have a summertime barbecue and celebrate Black people, celebrate Blackness.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
I like Juneteenth. I think because honestly my favorite holiday is Christmas. And so that season just always brings me, or for a long time has brought me a lot of joy. Even since I was younger. I would probably say Kwanzaa. I would love for Kwanzaa to be like a national holiday. I just always feel good around Kwanzaa time. I love Juneteenth. I love the barbecues and all that, but it's just, I don't know. I get a really good feeling about Kwanzaa. I always feel so inspired. I love, like, going into the new year has always meant something even more to me since I've been celebrating Kwanzaa for like maybe about a decade now. And I just always feel so much better, like, going into the new year with like that mentality of the principles. One of my like dreams is to be at a place where every January 1st on the last day of Kwanzaa, I throw a big Kwanzaa party. Add my friends. I'm talking about deck the whole house out, have all my friends over. You know, we have drinks, we have food, we have, you know, everybody dressed in colors and dashikis and whatever, and have a whole big, like, that's one of my goals for like my life, to like be known for throwing like dope, like how Diddy used to throw them white parties.
Yeah.
I want to like be known for throwing like dope Kwanzaa, January 1st Kwanzaa parties.
I need to be on the VIP list for that party because it sounds amazing.
I'm like, 2022 come, hopefully, you know, COVID would have been dealt with by then. Let's do January 1st, 2022. Like, let's have a year and some change to plan it. I'm like, let's do that. That would be so much fun.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm into it. So I think I haven't given a whole lot of thought to this, so I started thinking about it now. I think I would want to create another mythical creature, just like Santa Claus and like all the rest of these things that, you know, we
The
go back to
Easter
the
Bunny
past.
and all that.
Yeah, the Easter Bunny, St. Patrick's Day. I don't care if they're real people or not, whatever. Valentine's. I want to create another mystical concept and some kind of fantastical, magical being, and we celebrate that day. And it's like whatever that creature is, it's just like it likes to eat pancakes, and so you eat pancakes on that day. It likes to dance and learn dances, and so it's just like every year you have to learn the dance that it's doing that year. So it would be an ongoing, it would be a very present creature. It wouldn't be something from the past. It would be like this creature has like a website, but it's very mysterious. It's like this mysterious creature. And it's like, but it's like only like a month or two before its birthday, or before it's like, I don't know, it would be some, I've had to figure it out. It would be some important day in this creature's life where it's like gonna be seen, or it comes out finally, not like Groundhog Day. So basically it's a mixture of a whole bunch of holidays. So it's like this magical creature comes out this day, and it's just like it won't tell you until like 2 months before, so you never know when in the year that holiday is coming. But everyone knows that they got to prepare to eat pancakes, and they got to prepare to learn the dance that the creature is doing that year. So on that day, everyone like comes out, and you have parades about the creature because you want to invite the creature to your city. It'll be a real, you know, there's gonna have to be a secret institution or a secret group who actually like does all the stuff. So it'll be, so like, you know, you try to, like different cities will try to petition the magical creature to come to its city, you know,
like the Olympics.
Exactly. So it's like a bunch of holidays pushed together, but it's just like, it's a day where it's just like, it's fun. It's just like you come out, everyone wears the color that the creature decides is the color for the year, you know, so every year it'll be different. So one year if it's like green, and then it's just like, it still loves pancakes no matter what. Pancakes, because I love pancakes. So I want the creature to want pancakes.
You had me sold at pancakes. As soon as you said, you had me sold at pancakes. As soon as you said we doing pancakes, I was like, sign me up.
So I guess it's kind of a combination of National Pancake Day, which IHOP does, which is in March, which I didn't even know, but I have to make sure I put that on my calendar every year. National Pancake Day. There's actually a National Dancing Day, but I don't think people really do that. And then plus Groundhog Day, plus Christmas, and then also the creature wants you to give gifts to at least one or two people in your life. And so it's like a combination of all those things. So it's just like a happy time where you just get the day off and you just go dance like the creature. And it's like unifying and magical and mysterious. And I feel like in one way it brings back like the mystery of life and the appreciation for the mystery of life, because we don't know everything. And it's like embracing that. So I just came up with it. We'll see.
So what's crazy is, like, as you were talking, it kind of reminds me of Carnival, because you know, obviously, like, it's a day where people like dress up in these costumes. They go out, particularly in like Brooklyn on Eastern Parkway, like obviously in Caribbean countries, but you know, Toronto, wherever they have their carnival, and you know, people are just out there dancing in their costumes. And this creature, there's like this I don't even know the history of it, but it's like called a Moko Jumbi. But it's like this like you dress up in the costume and you get on like the stilts. And so like as you're talking, I'm like, man, there's like this like actually happens. Like, and Carnival is like a thing in New York. Like people aren't working on that day. Like you might or might not go to Carnival, but ain't nobody working. So
I love that. I don't know enough about Carnival, and I've never been, so I would love to do that too.
It's get your energy together, because it takes the energy.
That's fun. So speaking of Carnival, which is centered around dance in a lot of ways, the next question is, what is the last song you danced to?
Last night. Last night.
Oh, I love that little laugh.
I had to think about it, but then I realized what it was.
Yeah, it was the cutest one.
Oh, that's cute.
What was it?
The Cupid Shuffle.
Oh,
Cupid Shuffle,
fun.
Yeah.
That works. Mine was the last one I think I was really getting into was, well, no, was it really? I don't know. Maybe I wasn't really getting to, I don't know, but it was Ghetto Music by Outkast.
It's such a good song.
That's a great song to dance. I just didn't know how I
feel. Yes.
Oh man, I'm about to listen to that now.
What about you, Jackie?
A few days ago, I decided to make a women's empowerment playlist.
Oh.
And
Apple Music, Spotify, can you share this?
Apple Music. It's only got like 5 songs on it so far. But those songs include Twerk, Savage, the remix.
Wait, what is
Twerk? What is Twerk? Wait.
I wanna be like Pretty Girls and Cardi B.
Wait, can you do that again?
I think I cannot put that hard and just do that repeatedly.
So, and it also has WAP on it. And so WAP was like the last song on the playlist.
Some holes in the house.
Yeah.
So I was dancing a WAP.
Okay, I so need you to share that playlist.
Yeah. Wait, you can only share it on what? Apple or Spotify?
Apple.
Apple? Okay. Okay.
But I'll take a screenshot. So if y'all want to put it on somewhere else, you could definitely add the songs to whatever playlist.
Got you.
Okay. So that's perfect. So we all have these songs. And so to lead into our next question, say that the musical artist who was of the song that you last danced to was coming to your house for dinner, what would you serve them?
Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B?
Yes, if Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B came to your house, what would you serve them? John, who's the guy who does the Cupid Shuffle?
I was going to say, I don't even know who do Cupid Shuffle. I don't know.
But you love his music, and we have to appreciate the artist. That's one thing I will say. I'm such a playlist person. Sometimes I don't like focus enough on the artist, and I'm just like, I'm just appreciating their music, but not like, that's something I have to work through. But anyway, whatever. And then I have Outkast. So what would you serve them for dinner?
I don't know. What would you serve Outkast for dinner? I want to hear this.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, Andre 3000 is a vegetarian, right? I think.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, I think that he's like.
And I actually watched
like that.
I actually watched this show recently of Big Boy. It was like this episode on YouTube of like Big Boy was going around. I don't even know the name of the thing, but anyway, I think he had tried some vegan food, and so I think I'm gonna have them a whole vegan situation. I probably want to have it catered by somebody who can actually really cook really, really good vegan food. I would invite y'all over so that y'all could be a part of this thing. So I think I would do like some really interesting stuff, like really mixing ingredients that you don't typically see put together. So I think I would want to do something like, I just want it to be like a really fascinating and interesting vegan meal. Come back to me. I'm thinking, I just want it to be like a really interesting, like whether it's like little egg rolls, like avocado egg rolls with like cinnamon in it. It's like a cinnamon, like a spicy cinnamon egg roll. Like, I don't know if y'all have ever done this. This is gonna sound crazy. It's actually a cool thing that happens in the Midwest. You put, it's chili and you eat it with cinnamon rolls. And so, but I
ain't never heard about that.
Yeah, so maybe I'm thinking of something really interesting, like a cinnamon, chili, avocado egg roll or something like that. And then, like, I don't know if I would do sandwiches or rice or potatoes, but something that feels light, but that feels really like warm, because I just feel like they represent like contrast in a way. It's like they represent contrast and also complementarity. So it's just like, even though they're different, they complement each other. And so I would want food that celebrates that like, it's just like, oh, we didn't expect this to be put together, but it works together so wonderfully well. And so thinking something like maybe a mint lemonade or like a spicy mint lemonade, like put cayenne in the lemonade, or the limeade, like a spicy cayenne limeade with like mango garnish or something. So like something that's just like, oh, this is different, but it works. That's what I would do. So I'm gonna have to figure it out, but I would do something that is just like, it's different, but it works.
I'm gonna take a page out of your book, Amber, because you inspired me. As soon as you said vegan, I'm like, if we're gonna be in Atlanta, obviously I gotta serve them some slutty vegan. I mean, come on, it fits the theme. It's delicious. You know, Black women own business, like Black women's empowerment. Like,
that's perfect.
It's gotta be slutty vegan, and it's delicious, beyond delicious
for them. Yeah, that's perfect. Does slutty vegan cater?
I'm sure they do. I know they have like a little food truck, and I think people can like reserve it and whatnot. So if y'all have not gone to Slutty Vegan yet, I know we still decolonizing our diet and all that stuff, but you know, have a little sample, support the Black business. It's really delicious.
And there's new in Georgia. There's new
there's a new location
up. So there's a new one on Edgewood. I went there. Yeah, and there's one in Jonesboro, which is the south side, and then the one that was on the west side. So it's just like the line wasn't as bad this time. So because I feel like because they're getting more locations.
Yeah.
Previously, we're like, I don't want to stand online. I think the line is coming down. Mine was only like 25 minutes or so. So
okay, that's the one on Edgewood.
Yeah, and it was on a Saturday night too.
Oh, yeah. So that's definitely because of the other locations.
Yeah.
I might go there today because I still haven't had slutty.
It's so good. You gotta let us know what you think.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go after this because I gotta pass Edgewood anyway to go where I'm going. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Sure. I don't even know Cupid Shuffle.
Cupid Shuffle.
I'm thinking wings.
Really funny, real quick though. Oh, sorry. I just looked up Cupid Shuffle and it's made by the artist Cupid. Which I didn't know. So that's why it's called the Cupid Shuffle, because his name is Cupid.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I've listened to that song many times.
And I was thinking, I was like, well, if it's Cupid Shuffle, maybe I could serve like Valentine's food. But then I was like, well, if it's just like,
what's Valentine's food?
I don't know, like I guess candy and like sweets and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I would do that. As I was thinking, I was like, well, I don't want to go with the Cupid thing. I don't think I would do that. So I would probably serve wings, fries, like Super Bowl food. That's probably what I would do if the Cupid Shuffle dude came to my crib.
And I mean, I feel like that's appropriate because if the mood strikes you to Cupid Shuffle, you could do that with a wing.
Right. You could do that with the
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With a wing.
And you do it with a wing. Exactly.
Yeah.
That works.
That'll work.
I like it. I think we got some good meals. I think they would come back.
I think so too.
I think they would come back. So, okay, now transition to the next question. So, if you could be in any cartoon, what would you be in? And you were actually a cartoon character with the people. What cartoon would you actually be in? And this could be animation. Let's say animation. What animation would you be in? So that could be any animated film, any animated series, any animation. What would you be in?
I think I'm gonna have to go with Animaniacs because
yes, it was wild. I love the Animaniacs.
yes, because like that was absolutely my favorite cartoon when I was little, and there's just so much. Like there's just the range, the range.
So true.
Just the music alone, like who scored that?
Yes.
Yes, was crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dang, I love that. I would say Tom and Jerry because I love Tom and Jerry, but if I was in there back then, I would be like a maid, and I wouldn't want that because they were really terrible when it came to Black people. So I wouldn't want to be. But I could also. This also means I could be a different creature. But nah, I wouldn't be in Tom and Jerry, even though I love Tom and Jerry. I might have to go. I was thinking about that era too. I was thinking Animaniacs, Tiny Toon Adventures. I remember Tiny Toon Adventures just used to make me so incredibly happy. And then like Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, they used to go on all kind of little things. So, but I think I might have to go with the Animaniacs too. I might, because they were wild. They were unpredictable. And then the three, I just feel like I would just want to be a tag along with them.
Yeah.
Would you say, John?
Animaniacs.
I would love that. They're wild. Crazy.
There were 3 of them. Are we in agreement? Are we the new the black Animaniacs?
Yeah, y'all might be the two leads. I might pass that one up. If I can only choose one.
Choose how many of them?
Oh, dope. Okay, so first thing I thought about, no cap, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Jessica, what's her name? Jessica Rabbit or Jessica?
How thick she was?
Oh, I would want to be in Roger Rabbit.
So you want to be Roger Rabbit? You don't want to be a different character?
Whoever it was who could get close to Jessica, man, that's
pretty sure that was his wife.
I thought we weren't talking about white women on this show.
Not white, is she?
She's definitely white.
Of
the Kim Kardashian. She's like the Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian
and
white. Can I? Okay. All right. Well, then I could choose my own.
Way to bring her up. Way to bring another white woman. I thought, we were
white. Not even just mad sexy white women. Okay. Let me see. Space Jam. Space Jam was like
really cool.
Such a good one.
Space Jam, I'm just like, yo, I could do that. Like, I could be Jordan. Like, I felt like I know I can't be Jordan in real life, but if I was a cartoon, I would definitely cross that nigga up, bro. Like, for real. I would every time. Space Jam was my movie. Space Jam. If there was anything I wanted to be between the ages of like 5 and like 9. If you asked me what I wanted to be when I grow up, I would have told you a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle because I had the outfit, I had the shell.
Really?
My favorite one was Raphael. Like I love Teenage.
I love Donatello.
Like that because Donatello was smart. He was the smart one.
He was the smart one. He had purple. Purple was my favorite. I got purple hair in right now. Donatello was he was the one.
I think he was on the computers and all of that. But then I was like, I think I've even watched this recently, Bebe's Kids.
Bebe's Kids.
I don't know if I have ever seen Bebe's Kids. Please don't take my card away.
We won't.
Thank you.
That was at a time.
I need to see it.
Cassette, you had to have the video cassette. And, or you catch it on BET when it used to play.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen it, you definitely need to. Do you like stand-up? You watch stand-up comedy? Okay. So you got to see Robin Harris's Bebe's Kids stand-up. Like,
okay.
You got it from his routine. And it was so popular, they took it and they made it a movie.
I could probably catch that on like YouTube or something.
Yeah, you could YouTube that. It is funny. And then so then when you watch the routine, all they do is just take like pieces of like lines, like the jokes out of it, and then they make, like whole scenes around it, and then they'll like input those jokes in between in the movie. It's good though. So yeah, I would love to be in Bebe's Kids.
Nice. So wait, what are all of yours, John? You said
Roger Rabbit. Cool World in between that, but she was a sexy white girl too in Cool World.
He done brought up the word every time you say the word what? Beep it out.
I'm in time out on the next question. All right.
No, you're gonna do it. Well, you just got to keep in mind.
Keep in mind. All right. Well, no, they're like more Kim Kardashian-esque, so they're not.
And then you're talking about, God dang it.
I'm tripping. You
Tripping.
how they program my mind.
Tripping.
In my mind. All right, so who else did I say? Oh, Space Jam, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Baby.
All right, that sounds fun.
That's a good little collection.
And we're in the Animaniacs together running around.
Listen.
I'm so excited about that. So with that, thinking about animation, what makes you feel like a kid again?
What makes me feel like a kid again?
I'm gonna say not that, and I haven't thought about these questions in advance. And so now that we're talking about all this stuff, I think, a trifecta of foods that I would eat, and if I had all three of those together, it would make me feel like a kid again. And it would be a dill pickle, that big fat dill pickle, some fireballs, and some hot fries, some Andy Capp's hot fries. So if I ate those, if anybody brought all those to me together at once, I'd be like, I would need to play like Whoop, there it is. I would need to like Amber's happy.
Man, my 36-year-old son will be on the toilet.
Oh, yeah.
You are not 16. You cannot digest it.
Correct.
Man, what makes me feel like a kid? You know what? Christmas. Christmas makes me feel like a kid. It really takes a lot for me when I go, like when I'm with family and stuff on Christmas, and it's Christmas morning, and I like see presents under the tree. You know, now that I'm grown, so I'm not like rushing to the tree like I used to, but I low key be like, man, I nigga kind of want to see in the boxes. Like I be like, man, like, hey, what they got me, you know what I'm saying? Like what I got for Christmas, you know what I'm saying? But and it's I mean, now, you know, Christmas is more about, you know what I'm saying, the kids, you know what I'm saying, my daughter and my nieces and nephews and stuff like that. So, you know, everything pretty much go to them. But I don't know, when I see a box with my name on it, I get excited. So yeah. Like a kid.
Man, I think cartoons. Like I was like trying to find something to watch on Netflix like maybe a month or two ago, and I saw Space Jam, you know, interestingly enough, like on there, and I like watched it immediately. And like the last time I saw Space Jam, I was a kid. So certain cartoons, like if I see them, will make me feel like a kid. And Skittles. Skittles. Yeah. I still eat Skittles to this day. They're my favorite candy, but part of that is because my dad used to bring them to me all the time when I was little. Yeah. So
my candy of choice used to be Snickers. I used to kill Snickers. But now my adult self, who's trying to eat more plant-based and trying to like feel food and taste ingredients, the last time I had a Snicker, no lie, I was like, this tastes like it was made by a machine. I was like, it doesn't taste like it was made with love. I mean, quite factually, it was made by a machine. And so it's just interesting, like now I'm trying to like feel the energy in the food. And I'm just like, yeah, this doesn't taste like it has any love in it. Cause I'm like, if I tried to make a Snicker myself for myself, like with all the ingredients, it would taste different.
Yeah.
So it's funny. And I'm like, I wonder if you were to try to make Skittles for yourself, how it would taste and how it would taste differently. And just, I don't know, not to get serious all about candy, but that's just what came to mind.
Yeah. I wouldn't even try anything that has to do with like sweetness, like baking. If it has like sugar as like a primary ingredient, that ain't my ministry. So
yeah, I like Snickers. Snickers does it for me. Reese's peanut butter cups though.
That's the one.
If I see that, man, I'm 7 years old, boy.
Aw.
That's the one.
On the ground, legs and I guess it's a racist term now, but Indian style. that's how we know it. Legs crossed, like just killing them joints. Cups, bro. The business. Yeah.
So then we went back to our kid selves. So now let's go a little bit closer to our current age. So let's go to our 18-year-old selves, or 19 or 17, whenever you enter into college, your freshman year in college. What would you say was your theme song of your freshman year in college?
Boom, dun, 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 dun.
Hey. That was such a great song.
What? Yes, I love that. T.I. What was band, man? Why there's the Taliban? 9 in my right, 45 in my. Oh man.
Yes. Man.
Yes, yeah, that was it.
For me, I'm gonna have to go to the quintessential Back That Thing Up. I don't remember exactly when it came out. Like,
you were doing freshman year.
yeah, I want to say it might have been my freshman year. But it was big. It was big, like around that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember it was around that time that I got my license.
Mm-hmm.
And there's that line in the song that's like, I'm a 1999 driver. And so like I would be singing that because like I had gotten my license and I was like, I'm a 1999 driver. Like it was great.
Yes. Oh, that's great. I think one thing I can remember very vividly is me and one of my friends we were at Oakwood and we would just yell, like if we were to see each other like across campus, we would be like, oh, what? And then we would be like, okay. And so it's just like, John was such a big thing back then. So yeah, it would be Get Low. Get Low was the song. It's just because that was just something that it just would be so funny because all of a sudden out of nowhere I would be here, oh, what? And I was like,
I remember hearing y'all. It is 8:30 in the morning. We are leaving 8 o'clock class. What is going on?
Shout out to Dominique for that.
That whole time of like, you know, like 2000 to like maybe, I don't know, 2006, 2008, like that whole time, like being in college in the South and having like that music, like that Atlanta music, that New Orleans music, you know, all of that, like just having that as the backdrop was such a special college experience.
It really was.
I saw a meme that I screenshot and it said, if you weren't in college, something like if you didn't live in Atlanta or attend the AUC between the years of 2000 and 2007 or 8, then you can't have any commentary on the Jeezy and Gucci on the battle. I had to screenshot that because I was like, you know what? Yeah, man, because it hit different if you were in Atlanta or in the South, or especially in the AUC. Like if you were in something in that area, like the way it hit was just different. You know what I'm saying? And I remember the first time I heard Jeezy, I had a friend that just got out of jail. And when he got out of jail, he came to see me in Alabama. And, you know, put me on different things. You know, we talking. I'm like, man, it's good to see you. And he was like, yo, I got to put you on to this music. I'm like, oh, you know, what's going on? He said, that's what everybody was listening to in there. And he says, this dude, his name is Snowman. People ain't know him as Jeezy. They just know him as Snowman. And dude is crazy. And I listened to it and I was like, and I don't like this because I was all on my conscious tip, like, yeah, the black man, I don't want to hear it. But that was my first time hearing Jeezy, and then that was like shortly before he got big. So yeah, it was just something about that era, man. That time being in there.
Yeah, Jeezy made a video. I wish I could find it. Jeezy made a video for me. He was at homecoming one year, and my students loved Jeezy. So much so that I think at some point they banned like the snowman shirts from school. Yeah. And I saw him at homecoming, and he was in like this super nice car. Like everybody was surrounding it, taking pictures, have their phones out, like Jeezy, And so somehow I ended up like close to the car, and I was like, Jeezy, say something to my students. And it caught his attention. And he was like, what students? I was like, my students love you, Jeezy. Like, say something to them. And he was like, hey, students, it's Jeezy. Stay in school. And then he went on his way.
Hey, that's cool. That's cool.
Oh, Jeezy.
He was all right with me.
Man, that's cool, man.
Why do people never call Jesus Jeezy? That would be a perfect nickname.
Ooh, that'd be a good name.
I know,
maybe they did.
If Jesus was here, like if he chose to do his ministry now, I think we would call him Jeezy. I think
young Jesus. You know what song I used to love too? Icy? Yo, I used to love Ice. I'm so icy. The first time I heard that song, I nearly lost it. I was like, oh, so like, I'm so take it. Oh my God. The other song, I'm trying to think of some other stuff that came out my freshman year. I remember it was all about, like, that's when John Legend was first coming out.
Yes.
Like, people play that album nonstop on my wing. And then also when the Destiny's Child Fulfill album came out, we were playing like Lose My Breath, Soldier, that junk nonstop. It was amazing. So next question, we're going our way up and back into the present. When, or do you remember the moment or the collection of moments when you realized you were an adult? When did you realize, shoot, I ain't no kid no more?
The collection of moments when I realized I was an adult.
Dang, I feel like it all has to do with like paying bills and like stuff related to bills, but not like phone bills, like grown bills, like selecting insurance plans. And like the consequences of not selecting the right insurance plan. Taxes. I remember one time, gosh, I remember this so vividly. I was teaching. Teaching was my first job out of college. And it was maybe my first year that spring break fell during tax time. It was like April 15th. And me and some girlfriends had decided to go to the Bahamas for spring break. At least part of it. I don't think we went for the whole time. Anyway, so we're in the Bahamas and somebody says to me something about taxes, and I realized I didn't file my taxes. So I'm sitting in the Bahamas, like at a laptop filing my taxes, but I, for some reason, couldn't pay, which is, I mean, that's a whole different conversation of how on a teacher's salary, I still owed taxes, at least to the state. And so I remember eventually like getting like a bill that was like really scary. It was like maybe 2 months later of like, you didn't pay your taxes and you're about to go to jail. And it was like some caveat in there. It was like, unless you can prove that you were out the country. And I was like, oh my goodness, let me see, like, how can I, like, where's my receipt? Like, where's my, like, it was that weight of that moment of like, I have to pay taxes, and if I don't pay taxes, like I'm gonna go to jail, and if I need to find these receipts, like I knew I was an adult at that moment because there was no like, oh, I forgot like my parents will take care of it. Like there was none of that.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I think I think I remembered that one of the many times I realized I was in that I was becoming an adult was when I was getting ready to go to college. And I was graduating high school, and my parents asked me, they said, okay, so what do you want to do? And I said, okay, well, I want to go to college and all this stuff. And I was asking them all these questions, and they were like, well, we didn't go to college. So I don't know how to help you. You're going to have to figure this out.
Yeah.
That's when I think I realized, oh, okay. So I'm now entering into a time in my life, a space where they're really not, like, they haven't charted these waters. Like everything else I've done, they've done. But now I'm moving into this space where they don't know anything about. You're going to have to figure this part out. You're going to have to, how much does college cost, or scholarships, grants, how you going to get there, how you going to eat, how you going, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to figure all this out. That was probably among a bunch of other things, that was probably the thing that made me realize, oh, you're an adult now. You're an adult now. So.
That's fairly early. For me, I had to really think about this now. I think, even though I don't think I felt like an adult then necessarily, I felt like I was handling my ish. So my family, we lived in a house, and we needed to move fairly quickly. We had about a week. And I remember like these two young guys who they weren't that much younger than me. I think I had to be like 23 or 24. I might have been 24 at the time. 23 or 24 at the time. And I remember these guys had come around to like mow the lawn, but I was thinking to myself, like, I don't know what the timeline of it was, but I remember thinking, let me keep in contact with them, and I might try to hire them to help us move. And they had to be like 18, 17. They weren't that much younger than me, but I'm thinking like, okay. And so I remember like we had about a week to move, and I like hired them. I told my family, like, I got it under control. Like, we're going to hire these two young boys to help us. And I was like, let me go rent the truck. So I like rent it. I had to be 24 or something, because I was able to rent the truck by myself. So I had to be 24 then. So I went rented a big truck, like a big budget truck, like the biggest one they had. And so it's like I'm in the truck, driving this big truck. Like, I'm at the height of tractor trailers. Like, I'm thinking it was like a 24 foot or 30. I don't remember, whatever the longest one was, like driving that, pulling up to my house, my family's house, hiring these young men, buying, just orchestrating the whole move, buying the pizza to feed them, to say like, this is we're paying you $10 an hour. I'm going to give you pizza. We're going to have a break. And then just like saying, like, just managing that whole process. And then, take it, like having the caravan to go to the new location, and then bringing them back, and and I remember like the new location, I needed to like back up the truck. And like I had the truck in reverse, backing it up, doing like stuff. And I'm just like, I'm handling my business. Like, I did that. I just remember feeling like, yo, I did that. Like, I did that whole thing. Okay. I had my big girl panties on that. It was just, that was a moment. I remember that moment now. I don't think I really felt like, I remember though, I didn't really feel like an adult until after 25 though. I don't remember what was happening, but I felt different after 25.
But I'm trying to figure out, when did you, because 25, I mean, you had lived in New York by then.
Yeah, I lived in New York for a quick
second. Too? Had you lived in
I didn't go to Harvard. I didn't do that until 27. I was in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just feel like you were an adult though. I looked at you as an adult.
Adult when?
Around like 20, like whenever you had lived in New York, you had the marketing gig, and I just remember that time frame
Mm-hmm.
Like was that around the time we knew Tamika?
Yeah, that was light ministry. Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
why. I saw you as an adult, but
I mean, but I felt like I don't know. I don't know. That's an interesting thing about adulting, and
Yeah.
also the fact that in American culture we don't really have any rites of passage,
Right.
like
Right.
collective agreed rites of passage.
Right.
We might have them implied in our different families. So I think one rite of passage would be graduating from a school and then going to another. Like typically, I would say a lot of people would say like going to college, just like graduation.
Mm-hmm.
Rite of passage in some sense, but what do you gain, what do you earn, or like for you, like John, like how you said your parents had never experienced college, so like what was their rite of passage? That would be interesting. So that's another question to ask. That's not we could save that for another day, but what rite of passage do you feel like you experienced? I think that would be a good question for all of us for today, because I think I was listening to Alex Wolf actually talk about this, like, because we don't really have rites of passage as much, or like very clear rites of passage, like, you know, some with Latinx people, they might have the quinceañera, but I don't know what the equivalent is for the male. I believe that there is one, or like there's the bar mitzvah, or like, what are those things that make you feel like, okay, or for young girls, it would be the beginning of menstruation, and or for young boys, it might be the beginning of having like wet dreams or whatever. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's the beginning of knowing like something is different happening. Like that because we don't have that as much in this generation. Alex Wolf was talking about how millennials don't feel like they're growing up. They feel younger in some ways, or they still feel like they haven't yet become adults yet in some way. So that's a whole nother conversation I think we could talk about. But the last question is this: finish the statement. If all else fails.
Oh man, I was hoping you wouldn't stop right there.
Yeah.
If all else fails.
That's a good one. I'm ready to get all deep.
It don't have to be deep. It don't have to be deep. Yeah, your answer doesn't have to be deep. If all else fails.
You know what? I'm gonna go with this. If all else fails, take a nap. Because
that's great.
I feel like
that's good.
Yeah, there was I was working in an office, and somehow like our tech just like went wild, like crazy. It just stopped working, whatever. And so we called the little tech support people, and we were talking to somebody, and we had to go reset this, reset that, plug this out, plug this back in, and all that ended up working. It's just like, turn it off, turn it back on, plug it out, plug it back in. And he said at the end, he was like, like so many of the tech issues can just be solved by a reset. And then he like said in passing, he was like, I guess that like works in life too, just unplug it and then plug it back in, just kind of reset it and see what happens. And I was like, that is so true, because I know how I am when I don't have enough sleep. And then when I am able to get enough sleep, I can think more clearly, like I can make different connections, like things are just clearer after a good nap. So, if all else fails, take a nap, and let's see what happens after the nap.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I like that. I would say, if all else fails, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. If all else fails, take a nap. Yeah. But just to add on to it, just for conversational purposes, two things. I can never do just one thing. Two things. If all else fails, breathe.
Yeah.
That's something that I've just been implementing in my life and my mental health, mental wealth. Breathe. Just like, all right, let's just do that a bunch of times. That helps me reset. Breathing and music. So if all else fails, go to my playlist, pick one, and just zone out. That are the two things that those will be my reset. And yeah, and some people might even say, you know, a lot of times the typical response is, if all else fails, pray. You know, pray. Da, 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 da. But I don't know if praying really works for me, because prayer works for me. I do pray, but sometimes prayer and the way I pray, I'm thinking. You know, like I need to let go. So it's like when I pray, I'm like, God, help me, because you know, all this is happening, and then it almost makes it more stressful. So sometimes it's like, God, I know you feel me, so I don't really need to pray to you like that. I just need us to communicate in kind of like this, maybe like a much more existential way. You know what I'm saying? Just through breath, through the sounds and the music. Sometimes the music I might listen to might not even have no words. Like, I love Terrence Martin is like my favorite person to listen to when I need music without words. I actually learned that from an Andre 3000 interview with Rick Rubin. He talks about that, about a lot of times whenever he's in a certain place, he has to hear music without words, because he's such a thinker.
Yeah.
He has to allow the music to like give him the word, or him create the words. You know, him create whatever narrative from the music. So Terrence Martin is somebody I like to listen to, like, scores. So I listen to like the Malcolm X score, like the Black Panther score or something, just to like just to put me in a good place and help me to reset. So yeah, if all else fails, breathe and listen to music.
I'm there too. Mine was gonna be breathe. Because I know for me, there's so much with breath and like just air and oxygen flow and all of that stuff, and just wanting to just feel your body and to just being like, okay, what is there? And I think sometimes when you just pause, just pause. I think it's like, if all else fails, just pause. And even coming from what both of you all were saying, it's like stimulate your senses, because I think it's like you need to just connect back to the moment. And when your senses can get stimulated or activated in some way, it brings you back to here, you know, and it's just like, listen to yourself. So whether it's, you know, light a candle or like touch something that you like to touch, like a fabric or something, or your own body, or, you know, listen to a sound that is just bringing you back to this moment. Or, you know, I don't even know if I would say taste something, but perhaps taste something, not necessarily in the way of emotional eating, but where like harmful emotional eating, because people eat with their emotions anyway, and there's a point at which it can become problematic, but whatever. Anyway, so it's just like breathing and stimulating your senses. I think that's what I've been doing more. And if you have the space to be able to go outside, like for me, it would be like to go outside and breathe, so you can get some of that fresh oxygen that the trees and the plants are producing for us. And to just like, if all else fails, breathe. I'm not one. I wish I could take a nap. So I can't agree with you all the way there, only because I'm not one of them people who just sit down and take a nap. I wish I was.
Yeah.
You know, there are some people who are just like, I'm going to take a nap. I am not one of those. I wish I was. But I would love to become like just a mid-moment napper. So I think, yeah, my main thing would just say, like, if you can, if I could, like, if all else fails, go outside and breathe. And
I love that.
Breathe as much as possible. So that is the end of our questions. Those questions are things way different than, you know, talking about you know, those people or the election or whatever. Hopefully it could take you and your friends and family to a different place. Shout out to my friend Kimberly Bird, who actually about a month ago or so got our friend group together and had a bunch of random questions that helped us to not think about everything that was going on. So this was in part inspired by her doing that. And so I feel lighter now, having talked through what we just talked about. How do y'all feel?
I do too. I like our little light topics. So we did like a favorites episode a while ago, and I like that too. I'm gonna be smiling the rest of the day.
Yeah.
I'm probably playing some of these songs.
Yeah, I like that too. Because I had some things on my mind that was kind of heavy. I went to sleep with some things on my mind kind of heavy. So I'm glad we had this. And I was looking forward to this. I always look forward to our episodes because it is therapeutic for me doing this podcast. And so I was looking forward to it. Yeah, and I like our light episodes. So this was good. And actually, a friend of mine, she had called me. She had bought a book, something like 2,000 questions, very similar to what you was talking about. I think I sent that to y'all on the chat. And so she said, yeah, no, I know what she did. It was late. It was like 9:30, 10 o'clock. That's late for us, you know, older folks. It was like 9:30, 10 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I'm laying down. She called me out of nowhere. I was like, hello? She said, answer this question for me. Answer these 5 questions for me. And she just gave me she said, you know, if you only had to listen to one of them, Tupac or Biggie, you know, if you only, I think another one was, if there was one thing that you want to, you know, that you want to improve upon about yourself, what is it? It was just like 5 questions back to back. And then we ended up having like an hour conversation about, you know what I'm saying, like those questions. And she said she did that because she wanted to find a way to enhance her experiences with her friends. I just wanted something different. Like sometimes I find in my conversations with my friends, we talk about the same thing or whatever. So I was like, man, this would be a good book to just call and just ask my friends random questions. And find out new things. You find out new things from people when you just sometimes ask them questions and then make them go to a place that maybe they haven't been in a while.
Yeah.
Amber, when you brought this up as an idea for the episode, I was like, oh, and I remember when she did that and, you know, we was having a conversation, it did kind of spark a different energy in our conversation. And so I was like, yeah, this would be good to just kind of throw out every once in a while. So, yeah.
I love it.
How did you feel?
I feel like, because like, you know, there was a period where you had to jump back on and then Jackie and I were just checking in and both of us were like, well, how you doing? It's just like, so it's like going into like thinking about the heaviness around us. And so even if just but for this hour, there were some moments where we weren't thinking about that. I feel like it's worth it. It's valuable to just get your mind onto some other things, some things, you know. I was trying to keep it light, but of course we always have a tendency to go there sometimes. It's making me think of just happier times, and I feel like that's good. That is great to just have that moment. It's just it feels refreshing. I feel like I have a little like lightness, like a little like butterfly in my spirit right now, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go listen to like a few songs. I need to like, it makes me want to watch some cartoons today. I'm like, I feel a little lighter, and so I feel good.
Y'all look lighter too. Like I like the background. Amber, you should keep that background. That's a nice.
I love it.
I love that background. That is
my living room.
It's perfect.
Nice.
Okay, good.
Y'all just look real light and vibrant. So I don't know whatever it is that's going on outside of it. You don't look like it. Y'all look real light and just heavenly. So that's good.
I'll take it.
John.
Cool. Well, this was great, y'all. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us again, one more again with Street Academy Podcast, where we keep one foot in the academy and one foot in the streets. We appreciate y'all for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Check us out on all the places where you see podcasts happening. I meant to tell y'all, we got fans in Germany. people in Germany who be listening.
Internationals. Okay.
We worldwide. Come on.
It was like 99% listeners in the United States and 1% Germany.
Hi, German followers. Hello.
So yeah, we got it's growing little by little. We out here, you know what I'm saying? If America don't accept us, but Germany call and be like, we want y'all to do a live.
Let's go.
Live podcast.
Let's go.
We out there in Berlin handling business. So yeah, so we having a great time doing this. Thank y'all so much. Keep hitting us up with comments and sliding in our DMs and giving us feedback. And yeah, we appreciate it. So y'all enjoy y'all holidays, enjoy y'all conversations around the dinner table or wherever you're gonna be at. Hopefully you with family and friends. If you're not for whatever reason, just know that we love you here at Street Academy Podcast. We love you. We wish you much love, light, happiness, joy, money, just justice, just everything that's good. That's what we wish on all of our listeners. And even if you're not rocking with us, we wish y'all love and beauty and positivity as well. So yeah, everybody good? All hearts and minds clear?
We good.
Good.
Peace. We out.
They feed upon the neck of the haters, the game and the devil like came
Let me go ahead and get us live on, where is it?
And can we shoot? What time do we want to shoot for? It's 10:42. What time do we want to go until?
I'm open. You know me. I like to talk.
Let's do it at 11:45 because we keep saying that we want to like not go too long.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I feel like if we are gonna go long, like if we know that we want to take more time, then we probably shouldn't go live because then we'll be able to split the episode in two.
That's facts. That's true.
Yeah, and also I was gonna say we should think about. I keep forgetting how I be going live.
Oh, you can't because Amber's the host.
Oh,
Amber, you have
okay.
to.
Let me switch it back to John.
Wait, hold on. Let me go moisturize my face.
What was I going? Oh yeah, I was gonna say we can also go back to how we used to shoot like multiple episodes at one time.
Oh, and then we just change clothes.
Yeah, and just change clothes. So we could think about that. I don't know if we have time. Well, I actually don't have time to do it this time. But for the next episode, we could just think about going live. I mean, the next time we shoot, just shooting two at one time. And then that way we could break it up.
I like that.
And just set aside that time to do that. Share to the news feed. I'm actually glad that we go live now because the last time, for some reason, after I stopped recording, I didn't immediately download the episode. And I think Zoom has like a cap. So when I went to go download it, it wasn't there. So I actually had to like do a lot of maneuvering to get that last episode. So I'm glad we had it back on live.
Wow.
Thank you, John, for doing that because I know you handle all the tech stuff on your end.
I'm learning so much though. This is really good.
You out here being Steve Jobs. Changing your name in my phone to Afrotech.
Listen, Afrotech, I like that. I'm learning a lot. Choose how you want to set up your live. I've never had to do that before. I'm tired of talking about white men. That's the name of this episode. Use stream key. No, I don't want to do none of that. Let's just go live. Stop playing games.
I gotta go pee.
You gotta go pee?
You just told.
Always my bad.
Dang it. Well, I'll be back. I'll be back.
Response.
Oh, I'm tickled.
Okay, I'm gonna take that out when we edit.
Listen, people on Facebook, they be going to the bathroom. They
Right.
know what it is.
That's fine.
Oh.
Yeah, it caught everything. Oh my goodness. Yes, Jackie.
Dr. Hater.
Man. Yo, what's good? We haven't caught up in forever.
I know. You know, I was actually gonna call you this week because this dissertation, man, like I'm trying to be where you are. And I think I need some of your like Atlanta insight because I'm sorry to bore y'all with this. But you know, I was trying to figure out for the longest time how to not reveal that I was working in Atlanta, but there's no way that I cannot, like Atlanta is so unique. So I definitely need to talk to you about that. And, you know, I was just thinking that, you know, I'm about to go through like that last part of it's about to be my last semester. Like I got to do all that logistical stuff, like register for my last my last dissertation credits, like file for graduation, like do the warrant, like all that stuff.
Yes.
So it's exciting, but also like, dang, more stuff to do.
Can you do me a favor? Can you cut up your volume? Is there a way you can cut your volume up, Jackie?
Yeah, let me see.
You already know you can holler at me. Holler at me whenever. We could set up. Actually, I would even say tonight, even if you're available. Maybe after like 6 or 7.
I should be. Yeah, I should be. I need to make a run to go to my cousin's.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna meet up with some classmates.
Okay.
I should be done with all that stuff by then.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, we can definitely do that. And we can talk. Oh, I didn't even put Street Academy podcast.
Are we still live?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Live video. Can I do that now? Wonder.
What tell people skip the first I don't know, 5 minutes. Just don't even look at it.
Okay. Anyway.
And be like, what is happening? It's like,
What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing.
Street Academy. Oh, okay. Let me do this. Title: Street Academy podcast. I'm tired of talking about white people. Okay. Oh, white men. Now, can I save it? Oh, yes, save it. All right, there we go. Now let's do this. Where are we? Let's go back. No, don't end the line.
Lord.